Welcome back to Views with Hughes or Jennifer News. This is Jerome Hughes. In today's top story, there's a big shakeup at Walt Disney. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So now we're seeing here some results of what's been happening with Bob Iger when he had his 10-year CEO. So in other words, the consequences to Bob Iger's decision making has been catching up to him finally. So Walt Disney's been going through a lot lately, from PR messes to flops at the box office and even on streaming. And it's pretty obvious they're freaking out over there. Now, Bob Iger is actually scrambling to keep his grip on power with that big meeting coming up. You know, the one with Nelson Peltz and Jay Rizzulo are out there trying to show everyone that Walt Disney is still heading in the wrong direction. And just when you think things might start to calm down after the latest earnings call, boom! We see two big shots leaving Walt Disney in just one day. First off, Walt Disney's president bails on them in a huge shakeup. And it looks like there's some serious changes happening at Walt Disney. Shawn Bailey, who's been with Walt Disney for 15 years, suddenly left the gig as president of Walt Disney Motion Picture Studios. Now, David Greenbaum from Searchlight, you know, the company that was owned by Fox but now owned by Walt Disney, is actually stepping in, and he's going to be reporting to Alan Bergman, the big name at Walt Disney, while Steve Asbell from 20th Century Studios will be reporting to Greenbaum. Now, Bailey's exit was out of the blue. Some even thought that he might be heading to Netflix, but nope, he's just leaving. And it's not just him. Walt Disney Plus also lost a big player too, such as Luke Bradley Jones, who played a huge role in launching Walt Disney Plus across the big part of the world. He's also out. So we're seeing top folks at Walt Disney just up and leave. Now about Shawn Bailey, the guy who was behind some of Disney's biggest hits, especially those live action remakes that raked in tons of cash. But lately, those woke remakes like The Little Mermaid and Peter Pan and Wendy have been bombing hard. And there's this new woke Snow White remake that's looking like it's going to be a disaster too. Well, let's be honest, it's actually going to be a disaster. And despite Bob Iger acting like everything's peachy at Walt Disney, it's pretty clear that all is not well. Shawn Bailey, who turned Disney classics into live action films, is out after 15 years. And hits like, well, this isn't a hit, actually. I don't even know why I said that. But movies like The Lion King and Beauty and the Beast made, some money, but now they're losing Walt Disney millions. Of course, The Little Mermaid tank, and it looks like woke Snow White is going to follow suit. David Greenbaum stepping up to take over Walt Disney's live action and 20th Century Studio portion, reporting to Alan Bergman. And Bailey was also rumored for a big Netflix role, but that's not happening. Okay, that's not happening at all. With his early successes now turning sour, you have to wonder if he left on his own, or if he was forced out, or is he just taking a fall for these flops? All right. And with all that's going on, plus another Walt Disney Plus head leaving, Walt Disney's got his hands full fixing his issues, despite them saying that everything's fine. It really doesn't seem like we should be at all that confident in what's happening over there. So for the past couple of years, it's felt like they've been working on having a bit of a losing streak, or actually a big losing streak, really. And it looks like finally someone at the top is taking a fall for it. The main guy, the one who is also calling the shots on all those movies that seem to miss the mark with a lot of folks, is out. So they've decided to let him go after the company lost a ton of money. And we're talking billions. Like I said before, almost over $159 billion in value Walt Disney's lost. Okay. So it's like they were trying to go in a new direction that a lot of us just wasn't feeling. I mean, nobody I know was asking for these kind of movies that they've been pushing out. I haven't, and I'm pretty sure you all haven't either. And it's not just about the money either. It feels like they've also turned their back on the big chunk of the audience, which they definitely have, if you ask me, with these different changes. And it's like the movies that they've been making lately just don't even hit the same, But if you're watching this and you agree, go ahead and hit the like button and everything. Also comment your thoughts below, okay? But here's the kicker. Even with him going, it doesn't look like Walt Disney's planning on changing course anytime soon. Shawn Bailey, the guy behind some of those recent flops, is also out, as I said. He's the brains behind the movies like the Little Mermaid remake that didn't even get land, and a few others that didn't do the numbers that they were hoping for. And Peter and Wendy, that was another one that just didn't even click with audiences. So it's when you take a look at the numbers, you'll see that Walt Disney's been taking a massive hit, as we've seen, losing about billions of dollars because these people just didn't draw people in. They were just actually, marketing to the wrong audiences. Okay, they were getting out to the wrong people who didn't even know anything about these characters. Matter of fact, no one knew anything about the characters, even the OG Marvel fans and everything. And they just went ahead, took the IPs, put woke messaging in them, and then try to get a new audience and everything. But the problem is, a lot of them and those audiences that they're trying to reach out for, they're not into Disney. It's only a small portion of them that's actually into Disney. Okay. So it's a clear sign that trying to force a certain direction on the audience was not even paying off in the just to say the least. But here's the thing. It's not all doom and gloom, of course, but the situation really shows that we, the audience, myself included, and you watching, have a lot more power than they thought. Okay, I've known this for years and everything. I've even said it for the past 2 years, as a matter of fact. And when people decided that they're not interested in what's being offered, not going to the theaters, not subscribing to Woke Disney Plus, it sends a strong message. And yeah, sure, there might be some big investors trying to prop up the stock here and there, as I've been saying before. But at the end of the day, it's the regular folks like us who's actually making the difference, okay? So it's also got to the point where seeing the Woke Disney name attached to something isn't the stamp of quality it used to be. In other words, the big conglomerate like Disney also has its time to fall. And it's also more like a warning sign that you're about to be getting served up something that's trying too hard to be something that is not. And while it's sad to see, in my opinion, it's also kind of a wake-up call for all the other big wigs at Walt Disney. Not just Walt Disney, but also at the other companies, Sony. And maybe, just maybe, this shakeup at the top is just the first step toward getting things back on track. Back to making movies and entertainment that everyone can get behind. Back to simply just entertaining the audiences. Back to just simply being what they used to be before, which is a company that catered to family-friendly content without a political message. So let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below. Also, be sure to include any additional thoughts that you might have, and let me know what went wrong in the video. Also, be sure to if you enjoyed what I shared in this video, go ahead, smash the like button, share far wide across social media. And if you haven't done so already, you enjoyed all the content up out there, go ahead, subscribe to the channel, click the bell notification so that way you'll be notified of future uploads and updates. Until then, peace.